Hello everyone, welcome back to APL Education. Hope you all are good and doing fine. So in today's session, what we are going to do, we are going to make a automatic opening and closing of the door. So we will open a circuit. So in new circuit, what we will do, we will insert Arduino Uno, one breadboard, and also we will insert a servo motor and you can insert a sensor, that is a photo sensor, or we can say photoresistor. So it is not like it is basically a light dependent resistor, that is LDR. So what we are going to do, we are going to control the door, or open and close the door with the help of the LDR. So you all know that LDR, it is a like analog sensor. So we need to connect it with the any analog pin, and before that we are going to make a connection with the breadboard. Connect the ground with the ground. Now we are going to connect the ground and the, so now we are going to give the output to any of the pin. So I choose to give it to analog pin of number like A5, that is sixth analog pin. So like we have already used in previous sessions, or you already have used that why we have connected the ground with, and also why we have connected these registers. So you know that if we do not connect the this pin, that is ground, then it will throw a error, or we can say it will be difficult for us to read the data. So like we are just diverting some of the current toward the ground, so that the reading could be in the range, or could be visible to us. So that's why we have connected two different register, and also we want to current flow smoothly, or we can say less through this, so that current loss could be minimized, or we can say flow of the current could be reduced. Also you have to connect like ground and the other pins of the, so connect the ground with the ground, connect the power pin with the pin 5 volt, and then connect the output with any of the PWM pin. So now I'm going to connect it with the pin number 3. So now our connection has been completed, but before we going to move to the code, I want to explain something that how we are going to control it. So let's suppose we have placed a sensor, LDR sensor, uh, at the door, and if let's suppose there is a light source, and it is giving the light, continuous light on this sensor, then what will happen? It will give different amount of current to the analog, and if someone comes in between, let's suppose a person comes in between source and that receiver, or we can say sensor, what will happen? The light will be blocked due to that person, and the output of this sensor will change, and this way we could know that there is someone uh, came between the sensor and the light source. So identifying that there is a person, we could like open and close the gate automatically. So this is how this circuit, or this complete circuit, is going to work. So let's move to the coding section. So as usual, in coding section, what we will do, we will define all the connection, input output, and then we will like first let include the servo files, or we can say include the servo library. So we have like included the servo library. Now what we are going to do, we are going to define like servo, that is our motor, or we can say door. That will be our like door m like door motor. So and now we are going to define a like sensor. So define sensor with A5. So like we have defined sensor, and it is like A5. So now we can like define sensor as an input, so we have defined the sensor as input, and now we are going to define or connect the servo with the pin. So here we are going to use like attach. So door m dot attach, and then the pin number. So our pin number is like 3. So 3. And now let, if we want to like serial print anything, then we can define the serial begin, and if you don't want to print anything on serial, you can avoid this step. So like we have seen it and set up the thing. So now in the loop section, what we will do, we will analog read the value of sensor, and then we will format it so that we could understand what is going on. So defines an integer and then a variable, that's what we are equal to analog read our sensor pin. So whatever we are reading, it is now being allotted to the pin, or we can say to the variable. So if we want to check the variable, we need to serial print the value of the variable. So we can variable here. So let's see first that what is the value or we are getting from the variable. It is now like giving 6, and it is going way up to like 630 or 670. So this is like our maximum intensity of the light, which it could get at the maximum value. It will give like this much value. And let's suppose if the value reduced or someone is standing in between, let's say we could see like 300. Okay, so now we know the value on this sensor. What we are getting, or we can say range. So let's suppose if I want it, or if I want to check it, if variable greater than or equal to 400, we can do some of the thing like door m dot right. We can write a certain position. Maybe let's suppose I want to open it, so I can write like 130 maybe. Or we can like in else we can do door, that is door motor dot right for maybe 50. So now let's check the coding first, and then we will see what's happening. So it's like it is a value. So it's not working fine. So it's like that these pins are not connected properly, so that's why it's throwing the error. So what we are going to do, we are going to connect them all first. Okay, so first connect them, then I will place them over here, and let's check now. Okay, so now it has certain position, and when the value goes up, it is going to move at certain other position, and when value going down, it is moving back to the other position. So like our circuit is has been checked, our value has been checked. Now the only thing we need to calibrate the knob. So let's suppose if I want to open it at 180, like 100%. So we can say like 180 and maybe 10, or here also we can put like 170 maybe. So now let's start the simulation. So now it is at 10, and once it moves, it is going to move to 170. And also see the serial monitor, the value, the readings. So like it is 497 currently giving the value. So we have defined it to be 400. So when the intensity is going down and when it reaches below 400, like 395, then now the sensor will this data write the value or angle on the servo. Else in other case, let's suppose if this condition does not satisfy, then it will close the door. Or we can say if the value or intensity is greater than 400, then it will again close the door. So this is how you can make automatic opening and closing of the door. So that's for today's session. Thank you everyone.